Hey. I got this new pen, okay? I've been geeking over pens lately, and usually, as you can see, or you might have seen in my previous video, that I've been using the Pentel, not the Pentel, the Faber, Castell, Faber. Where did I just put it? Really, girl? Like, what is this life I'm living? I usually use this Faber Castell Pitt Artist pen for some of my outlining, and I kind of live for it. And I've expressed that before. And you, ooh, okay, pardon me. And it's kind of this precise felt tip pen. I love it. I really do. But I've heard that the Pentel pocket brush pen is kind of a holy grail, so I purchased it, and it comes with 2 refills, as it should. This pen costs roughly around $17, so I'm assuming that it's amazing. Oh, look at that. It literally has a brush tip. I've never used a pen this fancy. Look at me. And here are the 2 refills. All right, so probably one of the latest people to this party, but you just put the refill inside the pen. You just click it. It's not difficult. You just put it in there, okay? All right, so here we go. It says to remove the cap, unscrew the barrel, firmly press the narrow end of the cartridge into the tip unit. Replace the barrel and tighten securely. Hold the pen vertically with tip down until ink drains into bristles, and then take test strokes. Make test strokes to get the ink flowing. We're just gonna test it out today. Using my, using my handy dandy moleskin sketchbook. I've been kind of using this to get rid of anxiety. I was going through a period this year where I was really stressed all the time about just different things. It doesn't matter right now. But I started drawing more every day. And in this sketchbook, I got the Notorious Moleskin. One day I'll do a sketchbook tour, don't worry. But this is just some blue chick. I mean, she kind of reminds me of like a Tim Burton, Helena Bonham Carter type girl. Because she's got the crazy hair and, you know, blue skin. But this is not about her. It's about the pen. Ooh, okay. So the ink's gone down there. Okay, they kept their promise. Let's see what we're doing with this. Ooh, it's softer than what I'm accustomed to. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm not accustomed to using this. I'm used to using like felt tip. I'm not. Can y'all see that? I'm just so excited about this pen, and I'm really in a mood to draw stuff. So these are the test strokes. I'm not mad at it. I just have to get accustomed to it. Okay, that's cool. We're just going to, you know what I want to draw today? I want to draw my black hair products. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. The first one, I'm just gonna turn the page. I don't want it to, oh good, it didn't bleed. Impressive, you see that? Good, I thought it was gonna bleed through. What we're gonna start with, I'm gonna draw some Eco Styler gel. Wow, so I've been drawing this out of focus the whole time. That's just fabulous. I'm freehanding this. I was gonna do like a T-Rex trying to eat a sprinkle donut, but I'm not good at drawing T-Rexes, and I didn't feel like practicing. So I'm doing a rough likeness of my favorite gel. And it's not the only gel I use. I use 2 different ones. I use this as the base, and I use another one called Shine and Jam to really lay it down. Then of course, the typical protocol, I put on not a silk scarf, a satin scarf right afterward until I'm ready to go. I really like how this works. I feel like I'm using a ton of ink though. Every time I stroke it across the page. I could be wrong, but it feels like it uses a lot of ink. Last night I watched the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I was kind of behind this entire season, but I'm here for that girl, Sasha Velour, who won fair and square. Sasha had an aesthetic that I'm not only familiar with, but that I absolutely love, and it's just, she was giving me contemporary pop art references, I mean, just everything. She's just very sharp and just came with it, just came with something different. She did this lip sync for her life, or for the crown, on the finale, and it was to So Emotional by Whitney Houston. It made me miss Whitney first, but the way she, or he, or whatever, the way she did that lip sync, it was just so cool. She was plucking a rose, and then every time an epic part of the song would happen, like the chorus or a key note, she would take something off and reveal a bunch of rose petals falling everywhere. It was just fabulous. It really was. Simple yet fabulous. And the way, the face she served and the way she did it, it was just everything. I love it. It's a little bit crooked and I don't care. It adds rawness, makes it look raw. You know what I'm drawing. This is not like perfectionist day. This is just fun inking right now. You really have to have a steady hand for this. Let me make these letters the same bold. The O seems to be more bold than the rest of the letters. Let's come in strong with the oil. O-I-L. Slide some oil to me. How many of y'all seen The Wiz? Oil, styling, gel. Let me see if I can calm down on the stroke level. This sounds wrong. How do I say this? Thickness. There we go. Brush stroke thickness. That sounds a little better than what I was saying before. Get your mind out of the wire. Okay, so this is the other gel I use. This is a slightly smaller container. I'm drawing them the way I have them stacked in my bathroom. They're not in my bathroom right now because I'm using them for reference, obviously, but it's called Shine and Jam. I don't feel that I'm going to be doing this drawing much justice because this stuff has different colored fonts on the container and all that kind of stuff, but you're going to get my drift. You see that's flawed because I drew this at kind of an upward angle and I just drew this at a downward angle, but whatever, it doesn't really matter that much. Let's go with it. And see how that makes that work? So it's kind of out of proportion, but I kind of live for the flaws in this particular drawing because I'm just doing it for the purpose of testing out this pen. Okay, so I want to be a little bit more precise. So I'm going to grab one of my other pens, which is the Faber-and-Castell one because it has a different type of tip, and use that to draw the font. And see, I put this on top of my Eco Styler gel once I've smashed that down on my edges. This goes next. That's a terrible S. Whatever. I put this on next. I mean, to really seal the deal. Like, I use this as a sealant. Because I don't want this stuff to move throughout the day. I love this stuff. My boss caught me on a particularly substandard hair day, and she pulled me aside in the sweetest of ways and just provided me the most encouraging black woman speech. I just felt like it was just the sweetest way to do that. And she's also a natural. And she recommended this gel to me, and it ended up being the truth. I love it. You know, if I could be a little bit more candid, my weakness has always been proportion when it comes to drawing things freehand. My stuff always ends up nice and I like the end result, but it's always sometimes kind of a struggle because I am not good with proportion, so that's something I've been working on. But you'll kind of notice what my weakness is right here if you're really looking. I didn't allow enough space for the letters, all the letters that is. But we all have something. We all have something we have to work on as far as like our technique and whatnot. I'm still satisfied with the way I draw. Okay, so that made life a little easier. See what this is doing as far as filling stuff in. Let's brush it. Oh, yes. I want you to close in on this. We're gonna get close. Get up close and personal on this bitch. Look at how that glides across the paper. Yep. Them bad and bougie brushes. Yep, this is what happens when you use a bougie pen. Ink drop. Drop top. Barely touching the paper, barely moving any part of my hand. And it's getting between all those crevices without interfering with the lines that I've made. Look at this. I mean, extremely precise. Yeah, this is impressive. I like it. That S is flawed, but we knew that from the get-go. We already acknowledged that. I hate to be obnoxious. I'm chewing gum. It is good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's bubblegum. A little old school bubblegum that lasts about 5 minutes and it's time to spit it out. Next up is the iconic Denman brush. This is a staple in every black woman's hair care supply. You will not go to a black woman's home and not find a Denman brush somewhere. Scratch that. You will not go to a black person's home and not find a Denman brush. Get into it. Here we go. I think this is gonna be my favorite part of the drawing just because it's so staple. It's so black. It's so us. Let me get a hold of myself. I'm getting so excited about drawing a brush. Okay, let's get that curve. Get that curvature. I'm drawing, flicking the little bristles. There's something highly therapeutic about this. Okay, we're gonna add a bit of dimension to that. For this, we're just gonna use a regular ass ballpoint pen. Down here we got our coconut oil by Blue Magic. What's a black hair regimen without some coconut oil and or shea butter, which will be stacked on top of this in just a moment. Just give me a second. This time we're gonna draw it in the correct angle. Okay, we're gonna start stacking stuff on top of each other in here so it can make space. It's the only thing about, I'm so used to drawing larger things, larger images, and that's where we come back to learning how to proportion properly, at least for me. There's not a lot of space in this book. You all know moleskins are small, typically. So whatever it is you're drawing, you have to make sure you have the right measurement of it or the correct perspective and all that kind of stuff. Alright, continuing down the road of moisturization, I use As I Am shea butter every morning, or some sort of whipped shea cream. It is the best. But it is beaten up and battered. The label has completely come off. It's rubbed off. And that's how I'm going to draw it, because that's how it looks. Y'all know what it looks like. It's that brown container. Has a little tree at the top. It's As I Am. But mine is worn out. We're going to draw little details. We're back to using this fabulous pen, by the way, as you can see. I don't know why I like the little ribbed portion. I guess because you can tell what I'm drawing. It gives more of the traditional jar look. What am I even talking about? What am I saying? Who cares? This is the most boring sentence I've said. Okay, there's not much to this one. Here's the all beaten up, messed up label. Barely there, just holding on for dear life. Like remnants of hair and stuff all over it. Like, it's so disgusting. It's gross. This battery is trying its best to disrespect me, but I'm going to draw as much as possible. Up next we have our handy dandy detangling comb. This is one of those multi-purpose combs where there's teeth on every portion of it, where you got the small teeth on one side and the larger teeth on the other, and on the bottom you have like a pick. Just watch me. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what it is. Usually comes in a big pack if you go to the beauty supply store. Your black beauty supply store. I'm not saying Sally's doesn't have it, it's just that black beauty supply stores are just, they're popping. It's a whole culture, it's a whole subculture. Let's just be honest here. They usually sell them like big, long packs of different types of combs. Looks like some sort of medieval weapon, but I promise that we just use it to comb our hair. This thing looks like you could shank the crap out of somebody. This is the side I use. I can't be using this side. That'll take my hair out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 comb teeth. Okay, let me get down to the bottom where we have the pick. The almighty pick. Cue the black fist here. And see, we gotta make sure we draw the little details here so you can see that there are teeth. It's just everything's behind this. Everything's behind all the other stuff, all the other tools. Once again, here we go with the painting. Yowz, yowz. And last, but certainly not least, is the bottle of water. The spritzy bottle of water. Here we go. Mine's circular, so just bear with me for a second. It's gonna be a little obscured, but you'll get the point. You'll get the picture. The picture, you know, it's funny because, whatever, I'm drawing a picture. Me? Is this me? I'm alone? Okay, it's cool. Okay, this is more ovular than my actual thing, but apparently I'm horrible at drawing circles with this, so it doesn't matter. It's a bottle of water. And it's essential. You can't just be doing all this stuff with no water, unless you want to have messed up hair. Mine looks kind of aggressive. Quite enjoyable. I'm pretty satisfied with the product. You get the drift. I really enjoyed this pen. This is definitely something I'm going to be using a lot. I understand why it's kind of the holy grail now, why everybody uses it. It's wonderful. I love the way this ended up looking. It's a great aesthetic. It's raw. It's different. It looks a little bit animated and illustrated, and I like it. It adds a different touch. More kind of a poppy feel, and you know, I like pop art feels. I'm just over here cleaning some stuff up. Gonna look a little bit more 3D-ish. Yes, I'm very happy with that. And I like this because it was a little bit more impromptu than my usual stuff. I usually kind of have to plan stuff out. For those who didn't catch it the first time, it is the Pentel pocket pen. The pocket brush pen with black pigment ink being utilized to draw products for people with black pigment. Ooh, that was deep. You see what I did there? You know what, I'm just rambling now. Thank you so much for joining me. It's great to see you again. Catch you later. Bye.